Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather. Please subscribe to my channel for daily Chelsea updates. I'm on my way towards 1,000 subs, and I need your help to subscribe. Guys, let's jump right in. Guys, sometimes in life, I guess, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about none other than Mr. Bloom himself at Brighton, right? I mean, what it is there's a news out there that a quote unquote unnamed club has put in a bid that is 80 million plus, or in other words, higher than Chelsea's bid for Moises CAICEDO. Guys, I don't know, guys. This sounds like a whole bunch of BS. I got to tell you, it sounds like a whole bunch of BS because based on the reports, guess what? Not only is this club unnamed, but also Moises Caicedo's people do not even know who this. They haven't even heard from this quote unquote unnamed club. And if you all understand how deals typically happen, um, a club will definitely will first of all try to reach out to the player first to make sure that the player actually wants to play for them. They don't necessarily have to reach personal agreements with the player, but they have to at least make contact, some level of contact with the player. Once they obtain some positive green light from the player, then and a general understanding in terms of an agreement in principles with regards to the players salary requirements, then they will then move on to phase two, which is to negotiate the transfer fee. And so you guys can already see that just the whole nature of the rumor doesn't make sense, right? And then if you even just okay, let's try and look at it a little bit more logically in terms of which team in England could be a team that we're willing to pay close to 100 million pounds for Moises, because remember, that's what they're saying that it takes. That's what Brighton is saying it's going to take a minimum of 100 million pounds. So whoever's making this bid, is probably, right, should be willing to pay up to 100 million pounds. Well, it's not Arsenal. Arsenal is even trying to buy an extra goalie, Raya from Brentford. So they're good. They have Rice, they have Jorginho, Partey. So it's not, you can cross Arsenal off the list. You can cross Liverpool off. The Liverpool's already come out and said they don't have no interest in this Caicedo. And by the way, Liverpool is not financially capable to make that, to outbid Chelsea at the current 80 million pound bid, right? And besides, Liverpool has their eyes towards trying to wrap up the Lavia deal, Romeo Lavia from Southampton. So you can go ahead and cross them off the list. Then that leaves us with the two Manchester clubs. Man U has gone far in terms of trying to acquire Sofiane Amrabat from Fiorentina. So it's not Man U. It's not Man U, right? And City is the only other club that has the financial power and can actually bid and pay 100 million. But I doubt it's City, because City has a whole bunch of guys that can do the job and do the job very well. They have Rodri, they have Calvin Phillips, and they also have Kovacic, whom they paid 30 million from Chelsea. So it's not happening, right? It's not. So it's no club from England. I don't. It's new. Castle, even under their new ownership group, has not gone for this profile of a transfer deal. And you guys already know that Spurs. This deal is way beyond Tottenham's capability. So there's no other club. So it's just BS, and so the only other possibility could be a club, maybe from Saudi Arabia. And guys, that's that is not really even if there was a club from Saudi that made the bid, guys. I doubt that it's going to really move boldly much because if the player, Caicedo is going to make a move to Saudi at 21 years old, purely for money. Well, then he just might as well go ahead and make that move. Whether we increase our bid or not, it's not going to make that much of a difference. So, yeah. So, guys, this is just obviously a desperate ploy by Brighton to try and get Todd Bowley's and his crew to increase their offer from 80 million to a little more than 80, maybe perhaps to 85. I think what has happened, if you ask me, is that listen, today Chelsea made it all official that we have extended Levi, Colwell's contract for another 6 years. Is official. Pictures are everywhere. Levi Colwell's interview, talking about how it's been his dream all this time to play for Chelsea as a little kid and to finish his career as a Chelsea player. So the reality has dawned on Bloom and Brighton that the little tiny pawn that they thought that they had, which they actually didn't have, in this negotiating deal, which was Levi, right? Is pretty much gone. They don't have that negotiating pawn because previously their ploy was to sort of play Levi against us, right? And then try to use that, our fear of missing out on Levi, to increase our offer from 80 to close to 100 million. And that's what this has been all this while. By Brighton making a bid on for Levi, to buy Levi from us, and then if had we agreed to sell them Levi, then they would have sold Moises Caicedo to Chelsea at a much lower fee, around 80 billion fee. But once Bowley had pretty much mentioned that Levi was not for sale, then their plan B was to basically try and play Levi against us, try and make it seem as if Levi actually wanted to play for Brighton and had no interest of going back to his parent club. And obviously that turned out to be a whole bunch of baloney, which is finally materialized today with the official news that Levi Colwill has extended his contract. And so what it is Brighton has no more chips left on the table to try and push or try and bend Todd Bowley's hand. And so this right here is like the final sort of desperate move. I feel like this thing is going to end one way or another. One thing for sure is I don't see Bowley increasing this offer anywhere over 85 million. I think what could likely happen is a package deal, as I mentioned in my other video, where you have Caicedo plus Sanchez, and we give them a little bit over 100 million pounds, and it allows Brighton to save face. They can split the fee any which way that they want to split it. They can say, oh, yeah, we were able to get 100 million for Moises, and we gave them Sanchez free of charge or whatever, or it was 90-10 or 90-15, whatever it is that will make them sleep better, sleep much better at night. That's the way that Brighton is going to play it. I feel that's the way this deal is going to go down. It's going to go down as a package deal. I don't see any other club in Europe that's going to come out from the bushes and pony up 100 million pounds for Moises. It's just not going to happen. PSG is not doing it. Real Madrid already has Jude. There's just no other club. Barca is broke. Bayern Munich is concentrated on Harry Kane, and they struggling to even raise 80 million pounds for Harry Kane. So guys, yeah, this is it. I mean, like we have them boxed in. This deal is going to happen. It's going to happen. Unless there's any kind of miracle, it's going to happen. But the question is when. I can't tell you, but you just have to stay tuned for the next news. Guys, take care. God bless you all. Peace.